So as you can see, the other night, I set thousands of gnat traps. There's even one over there. I think we're good. So I'm gonna dispose of them. Just throw it outside, I assume? It's grossing me out. And then I'm gonna run my dishwasher.
It means the failsafe must be bonded to a willing soul.
Bug, I was just gonna film you. Why'd you run away?
And I think it's really cute, but I really have no idea why she does that. I've never.
Hello, John. Casey and I did a bunch of stuff. We went to a coffee shop. We went to a energy drink store. We went to a mall really quick. Didn't find what was there or wasn't. What John wanted wasn't there. Then we went to a plant store because I needed a pot for that plant over yonder. And then we finished She-Ra. So now I am home. I'm going to clean this nonsense, pick up this area a little bit, plant that pot in there, put my dishes away, and then maybe read or chill or do something until 5, because then at 5-ish, I am going to leave to go to the theater because I am training again tonight. All right, cleaned up like I said I'd be doing. I read a little, repotted my plant, and got dressed. This is the fit for tonight, plus the blazer that's in my car. And now it's time to go. I could leave in like 20 minutes, but might as well get there early. So I think that's everything. It is a beautiful morning. Let's see if we can finish this today. We're pretty dang close, honestly. I'm really vibing with the book right now. I mean, I can say more when it's done, I suppose, but like, it's about an asexual, aromantic character, and I'm one of those things. And a lot of it hits pretty close to home. I have bacon and eggs and the new season of the Great British Baking Show, baby. Look how cute. So I was like, how many pages do I actually have left in this book? And I realized I only have like 15 pages left, because there's like a little like short mini story, novelette, whatever they call it, at the end. That's like not part of the book. So I literally have like 15 pages left. So I'm gonna go finish that. So I didn't like watch any TV on Friday, and I didn't really watch any TV yesterday either. So I was like, today, finally, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna turn on British Baking Show, which you saw, I did. There's only one episode. They're only giving me one episode a week? A bitch. Listen. Ugh. I don't know if I said it on here. I finished this book. It's amazing. So now the next book. I don't know why I set up my camera this far away from me. It makes it so hard to hear, and I feel like I have to yell to get your attention. But yet I do it anyway. I asked Casey if I could borrow her copy of It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, because everybody loves that book. And I want to try and finish it before October, because today is the 18th, 19th? Today's one of those days. So I think I have time to finish another book, as long as it's not like, you know what I'm saying? I should see Casey and John tonight, but if I like don't see them for days, this will be the next book. It's beautiful. Like, this is a beautiful cover. I'm just like kind of reading this. I think in order to like continuously read, I need like a story. That's not a story. It's interesting, but it's not a story. As for right now, I'm gonna go get gas and then get a few little grocery things. I need money. So, not all the things. I'm mad because I flippin' checked these lights before I put them up, and then they have the audacity to break. Bitches.
Wait, how did you pull that off? Because there's like this meme that goes around that says,
how crazy would that be? The Taylor Swift is like,
Hey, apparently all the seasons of originals are back. Okay. So I've been sitting here watching the new season of Fate, the Winx saga, whatever it is, for the last almost 3 hours, because I've watched 3 episodes. After episode 2, I was like, I should probably stop, because it's not like scary, but like it's like spooky enough for me to be like worried about it affecting my sleep. But then like it started, and I was like, oh, I want to see what happens, so I just give me like 5 minutes to like see the resolve of this, and then I watched the whole episode. So I am not going to do that with episode 4. I watched the first minute, and now I've paused, and it's 9 o'clock. I think I need to maybe see something else before I go lay down. So we'll see about that. I don't know. I haven't told you the story. Oh my God. Okay, I will tell you the story. Okay, so I'm gonna start out the story by saying things you don't know about me. A, I have terrible facial recognition. I just like can't, I just can't for the life of me. Number two, I have a really hard time understanding accents. Like, there's just not words there. I know that there are words, I just don't understand them. Okay, so last week, let's say Wednesday, I am in the teacher's lounge making my lunch, and there's a group of like assistants in there. And a lot of the teachers or assistants or people at my school, their first language is not English. Their first language is Somali, which is amazing. Great. I don't know 2 languages. Especially like they're different. They're very different. Okay, so one of them comes up to me and is like, you take pictures? And I'm like, yeah, because I take pictures at the school. And a lot of people don't know what I do. So they're just like, oh, you take the pictures. And I'm like, yeah, I take the pictures. And she was like, what do you charge? And I said, what? And she said, what do you charge? And I was like, oh, like, you mean I take pictures like outside of here, outside of school? And she was like, yeah. And I am really minimizing this whole conversation just so we know, just to kind of get through it. She was like, so what do you charge? And I was like, oh, well, like I used to do it a long time ago, but I don't really do it that much anymore. And she's like, okay, but like what did you charge? I was like, oh, like when I used to do it, I would charge like $50 to like $100 an hour basically. And she's like, oh, so for like $50. And I was like, yeah. She was like, can you take pictures for me this Friday? And I was like, no, I have to work. I have a part-time job. So sorry. Because I did not want to do this. I don't know this person's name. I've never talked to them. They're great. They're lovely. They're nice. I don't know them. And I was like, oh no, like I have my part-time job on Friday. And she said, Saturday. And I said, nope, my part-time job is on Saturday too. So then she said, what about Sunday? And I said, you know what? I don't know for sure. Let me check my schedule. And she was like, okay. So I go back to my room. Like I said, don't know this person's name. I don't even know what classroom she's in. I don't know how to find her. She finds me. She comes to my room and she's like, did you check your schedule? And I was like, yeah, like I don't, like I'm tentatively scheduled. And so I don't want to say yes to you and then be scheduled. And she was like, okay, what about any other day next week? And I was like after work? And she's like, yeah, just like right after work. And I was like, so like Monday, right after work, like here. She was like, yeah, or like a lake or something. And I was like, well, there's like a reserve out back. Like that would be pretty, like, yes. Okay, I could do Monday here right after work, 3:45. She's like, after work Monday? I said, yes, right here, right after work, 3:45. She said, okay. I asked John to be my second shooter or my assistant because I didn't want to be alone. He did take some good, oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. I didn't want to be alone because, again, I don't know her or any of the people she wants me to take a photo of. And I didn't know who she wanted to take a photo of. All I got was wedding. I knew it wasn't a wedding because she was like giving me different days. John says, yeah, I'll be your second shooter. Today, I'm texting John all day because it is Monday. And I'm like, I don't know how to find this lady. She has not come to like touch base with me. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's still happening, but I have no idea. So 3 o'clock, this woman, like, okay. So the plan is for John to come to my school at 3:45 and just be my second shooter. This lady finds me today at 3 o'clock. And she was like, all right, we're still on? And I was like, yes, right after school. And she was like, in Minneapolis. I don't work in Minneapolis. I work in St. Paul. So not the school. And I was like, what? She's like, Minneapolis? And I was like, sure. And she was like, 5 o'clock? And I was like, what? None of this is what we discussed. Hold on a second. So she leaves because I'm like, what's the address? Because she's like 5 o'clock. And I was like, I don't know what the address is. I need to like make sure that there's time. I have a second person coming to like take just like side photos just in case. And she was like, oh, okay, like I'll find out the address and after the bus pickup, I'll give it to you. And I was like, all right, bet. So I called John. I'm like freaking out. He's like, just find out the address. I won't leave yet. Find out the address. Let me know how long it's going to take me to get there. So after the buses, she comes, gives me the address. It's about 20 minutes from me. It's about 25 minutes from John. So I say, okay, how about like 4:45? And she's like, all right, so 5-ish. Sure, 5-ish. I let John know. He's like, okay, calm down. I get off work. I drive to the place. I think I get in like almost 3 accidents because I'm anxious. People aren't paying attention. I don't know where I'm going. I've never been in this part of town. I've never driven this road. So there's road construction everywhere. I don't know what lane I need to be in. This is not my cup of tea. I make it to the place though. Don't know where to park because the address she gave me is an apartment complex. We're taking pictures at an apartment complex. Don't know where to park. So I park across the street next to a church on the road. I park on the road next to a church. Church is not, well, it's not. Anyway, John gets there like 5 minutes after me, which I'm terrified sitting in my car in this part of town that I have no idea where I'm at and I don't know the area. John gets there, pulls up beside me, comes sits in my car. I text her and I'm like, hey, me and my assistant are here. It's like 4:40 at this point. And she's like, all right, see you in 2 minutes. And I was like, fucking where? And so I said, where are we meeting? She said, the parking lot. Of where? I told you where I am. I know where like the building is. What? Me and John get out. We start walking over to the apartment. I see there's a little garden area in front. And I was like, oh, okay. Like that might make sense. Like a little garden area. That's cute. We get there. I text her. I'm like, I'm in this garden area. And she was like, come to the parking lot. We see a parking lot next to the garden area. We go down there and nobody's there. Although I think I see her, but it was just like a similar dress. So I'm like, oh, I'm in a parking lot. And she's like, I don't see you. And I'm like, cool, there might be another parking lot. Let me walk around. We walk around. I'm walking down the street. She's like, oh, I see you. She texts me. She's like, oh, I see you. I turn around. This lady is still in her car on the road waiting to park in front of this building. She's like, hey, like, I'm just going to park and I'll be out. Okay, so me and John stand there talking while I wait for her to park. She gets up to me. I go, hey, this is John. She's like, okay, hey. We start following her. She starts walking to a man who is dressed up. And I'm like, oh, cool. This must be a man that I am also taking pictures of. We go up to the man. No introductions. Nothing. They're talking, not in English, in Somali, because that is their first language, which is great. But I don't understand what's going on. So we just start following them. They are not walking towards the garden. They are walking towards the apartment building. So we are just following. We follow them into the apartment. We follow them to the elevator. We follow them up the elevator. We follow them into their apartment. They're like, come in, make yourself at home. Like, go ahead and have a seat. She's like, I'm going to go change. So I'm sitting in this apartment with John, thank God, with a man that I don't know. And then another man comes out of a door from another room. And I'm like, they're all talking in a language we don't understand. John is over here like laughing to himself because of how ridiculous this situation is. I'm leaning over to him being like, I can't breathe. Meanwhile, these two men are putting cake and food on like a TV console table, basically, setting it up, making it look pretty. And John's like, are we photographing the actual wedding? I think we're photographing an actual wedding. And I'm like, no way. This is a Monday at 5 o'clock in someone's apartment. She comes out. She's dressed. They're like, okay, we're going to take pictures here, like by the food. And I'm like, so you want pictures of you and the food? And she was like, yeah. Okay. So this food is set up in front of their bedroom door in this apartment. And they're like, go ahead. And I'm like, okay, I'm taking pictures. John's taking pictures. And they're like, we're going to do the cake thing. They take like a spoonful of cake for each, feed it to each other. It's super cute. We get pictures of it, whatever. And then they're like in front of the window, in front of the view. That's nice in theory and all, but you can't take pictures with the backlight. But I did it and I explained after. I was like, I said, these are very dark because of the backlight. I'm going to have to do magic editing on these or try to. But the others should be great. And I was like, that's all? That's all you need? And she's like, mm-hmm. I was like, all right. Bro paid me $55. John and I were like, all right, have a good night. And we left. What is this? Oh my God. I was so anxious from the hours of like 3 to 5:30. I had no idea what was going on. Like I said, I was telling John I could not breathe because I could not breathe. I had no idea what was going on. I had no idea what was going on. Thank God John was there. Otherwise, I would have walked in to this person that I don't know, into an apartment, into a place that I don't know by myself. And that is not safe or something I should do. Like, thank God John was there. Yeah. So that was my afternoon. Please ignore my AC. It is 90 degrees out. That's not what's important. What's important is this package I just got. It is the Confident and Kind merch. Let's open it up, baby. Gorgeous. We love to see her. Ooh, soft, fluffy ball, Chi Kappa. Confident and Kind. Let's open this sweater up, baby. Chi Kappa Social Club. Be kind to your body. And then let's flip this bitch. Because what's on the back, it says we're all are welcome. How cute. We love to see her. I ordered like a 2X too. Because I wanted it oversized. cute. Cute. We love to see it. Like I said, it is 90 degrees, but we're gonna be silly and go outside and take pictures and then make a cute Instagram. It is so hot. Anybody who sees me probably thinks I'm like the idiotiest idiot that has ever idioted. It's so hot. It just got like really windy all of a sudden. All these trees and leaves are a-blowing. It's pretty. It's really beautiful out and cold. Hello, so I'm just gonna get this out of the way quick and then I'm gonna watch Bachelor and maybe drink a beer and order a pizza, which was basically my mom's advice. This morning I got into a fender bender or whatever you call it. It was my fault, so I ran into the back of somebody. I don't know what was going on. We were just like in like traffic, but it was like not like stalled traffic. It was like moving traffic, but I guess it just stopped faster than I expected, and I did not stop as fast as I expected. So I mean, there's no damage to my car. There was no damage to his car. We were both fine. Like, we got out, you know, pulled over, got out, and he like walked around, and like I'm like apologizing profusely, like I'm on the verge of tears. We exchanged like our licenses and everything, and yeah, and then I go to work and I'm crying and I call my mom and she's like, Abby, don't cry and drive. And I'm like, I do it all the time. And what a fun story. I'm gonna watch The Bachelorette now. And mom was like, because I was scared to drive home, and I was like, hey, I'm home. And mom was like, watch The Bachelorette, pour a cup of wine, and order a pizza. So I might do that. I'm in my big comfy Kai Kappa sweater. I'm gonna open these blinds and open the door because it's very nice out. By very nice, I mean it's like 70 degrees and it's kind of cold when there's no sun. I ordered pizza because my mom told me to, and it literally took like 10 minutes and it's almost here.
As one does. Yeah. Listen, I'm just happy The Bachelor doesn't look like me for once.
Spooky. Alright, finished watching Bachelorette. Got my important documents that I need tomorrow for when I travel an hour and a half to take a stupid driving test. Just took like 4 or 5 practice tests. Some of these questions are ridiculous. I'm getting a headache and I'm tired though, so I need to stop looking at my screen and doing that. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Honestly, I'm tired enough that I could go to bed, but I don't think that's the best option. Because I do want to look at a little more tests. I could read, but I'm just so tired. I don't know. So when I was living in Savannah, I had an idea for a book, and the other night I remembered that I had this idea for a book. Well, it's not like I forget, but I was like trying to think about what the idea actually was. And I was trying to figure out what I named the characters. And for the life of me, I could not remember. I was like, I need to look it up somewhere. I looked on my phone to see if I had it on my phone. I didn't. But I was like, you know what? I was taking notes in a green notebook. I will find that green notebook and figure out what the names are. Tell me how I could not remember the names of 2 people. But I could be like, I was writing it in a green notebook. Their names are Gray and Clover, if you were curious. It's pretty cute though. Like, look at that. I got sticky notes everywhere. Like, who is she? A writer? Since when? Since forever. Just not that much anymore. Clover Carrington. What's Gray's last name? Gray. I think it's like Green. Because that's funny to me. Clover and Grayson. But what's Gray's last name? Okay, I don't think I have his last name written down. However, one thing you need to know about me is I love alliteration. I don't know why, I just do. I will put 3 words with the same first letter together in a sentence because I love it. So that's why Clover Carrington, and I feel like his name is Grayson Green. But I feel like that also because I did not want to name him that, but that was like the name that came to me. And I was like, that's annoying. Gray Green, that's annoying. But I really think that's what I just like had settled on. But maybe because I didn't want it, I didn't write it down. I don't know. Also, it's a story about color. So like, Oh my god, how on the nose could you be? Am I this tired because I had one bottle of alcohol? Because I'm going bar hopping Saturday night. And if this happens again, If worried, nervous, angry, or crying, a driver will drive no differently than they would if they were thinking clearly, can drive faster because they are more in touch with their senses. That one. That's the one. You're looking at a girl who now has her Minnesota license, baby. Oh my god. So I had to get my license by October, otherwise this would cancel. The closest place I could take this freaking test that you have to take in Minnesota is Mankato, which is an hour and a half away from Minneapolis. So I took the afternoon off work, drove on down here. I studied those practice tests like nobody's business. I think I did over 20 tests, and I was terrified. I did the test. I missed 4 questions, but I didn't have to finish the test because I got to a point where no matter what I missed, I was gonna pass. So they were like, "You're done." And then I was like, please, like, I hope they like can just like give me my license today. And I didn't have to ask, it was just like part of the system. And then I thought I wasn't gonna get it because I didn't have the right documents to get the real ID. And then they were like, you can just get the standard license, but you will have to pay to get another real ID within the next like less than a year or something. And I was like, that is fine. Give me my license, baby. So I have a Minnesota license now. Thank goodness. That stress is gone. Oh my gosh. So the only time I've been to Mankato was for Pride, but it was the first ever Pride I went to, and I went to a coffee shop with Caitlin called the Coffee Hag, and so I'm gonna go there right now and get some coffee to celebrate and then drive back. Gay. Home and immediately put this sweater on. This sweater is so comfy. I love it so much. Confident and kind. Seriously. I'm not gonna be home for long because I'm gonna go get these bitches trimmed. Look at this. Look at this bullshit. This is, I've been like being like, I need to go get my bangs trimmed for like 3 weeks now. So no more putting it off. I'm gonna go do it today. I just go to Great Clips because it's like just my bangs. It's fine. I'm in like their like waiting line. So I got like 30 minutes. Until then, who knows? Bang cut complete. I really need to figure out how to cut my own bangs. This would make me so much easier, honestly. Oh, why are you texting me? So I was sitting here minding my own business, watching TikToks, making TikToks, and then realized I gotta be leaving in like 10 minutes and I haven't eaten anything yet. I'm going to see the show that John is doing lights and sound for or something like that. And Casey was like, yeah, like pick me up around like 7:05. I, in my head, was like, oh, so I leave at 7:05. No, Abby. It's 6:34. I gotta change and leave now. Bitch. Look at that sky. Oh my god. This is gorgeous. I never want anything else in life. This book is a lot. I'm not done with it yet, as you can see. I knew it was a lot. Casey told me it was a lot. But man, it's a lot. Life is just like so weird. Yesterday I was driving home getting my license and I was like, the weather is beautiful, everything around me is beautiful, I'm listening to music, my window is down, I'm just enjoying life, and like, this is what life is supposed to be like, and like, I love it, like, this is amazing. And then again today, like, I'm suicidal. I just don't understand. I don't understand how that works, but I like the way my bangs are looking, so that's a plus. Changed the lights because some of them burnt out. Monday is my birthday. John and Casey and I are gonna do a few things tomorrow, including hopefully go to some gay bars. I want to be happy in here. Like, this, like, it's beautiful and cozy in here. I just want to feel happy. Heartstopper started filming yesterday. I'm definitely going to finish another book in September. There are reasons to feel happy. They just don't work. Possibly the cure for depression. So I'm going to go to bed, wake up in the morning, start the day anew. I watched Britta's Bake Off and just kind of chilled, I think. I just wanted to come on here and say, though, that I am loving my bangs. I don't know what the dealio is. I do bangs like this all the time. Is it the bangs or is it like the brown that's coming in? I don't know, but I love it. Good night.